You know, if you haven't seen my Twitter of me absolutely ripping the Frogan to shreds on, you know, tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet. I believe this is one of my biggest banger tweets of all time, was just ripping into her. And deservedly so. I mean, the shit that she was saying was just gross. That being said, I have nothing but respect for my troops, coming from a military family and all. 58,000 tweets for Frogan. I have no pity for American soldiers. If you don't know what the content of this video is, I'm sure that you will. But yeah, the shit that's been going on Twitch and Twitter lately has been a joke, and I've been kind of at the forefront. I probably won't be mentioning this video because people are afraid to mention my name because, you know, I'm like the boogeyman around these parts, and because I'm way more irrelevant than I let off. But as Frogan's #1 hater, I'm excited to watch this.
Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and today's video is going to be a bit of a heavy subject matter. So before we jump in completely, obviously with the title, you obviously know something is pretty wild at Twitch.
Yep.
Now, this is in regards to serious world-shattering events.
And the problem is that the Twitch's hypocrisy and double standards are just abhorrent, but we'll let the video play.
That, again, I'm not an expert in, so I'm going to kind of tread lightly in this situation, explain and discuss things that I reasonably can. But if you want to dive away from heavy stuff and you want to stick to something a little bit more, you know, lighthearted, then, you know, tomorrow I'm probably going to be releasing another deep web video, so get excited for that one. We're looking at a lot of wild websites. And if you want to, you know, look at things like LSD Dream Emulator, maybe some more creepypasta stuff, because I'm going back to that. This week is probably going to be a fun week for some of you guys watching Some Ordinary Gamers. A lot of callback to older content that I did and I want to be doing going forward. But this is one of those videos where I've seen it mentioned on the actual Reddit.
I think it's great that a lot of content creators are trying to go back to the way that things used to be, because I do think the internet is a much, much, much worse place than it was about 5 years ago. It does really seem that everybody's just fucking pissed off, or everybody's pretending to be fake as fuck, and it kind of blows. Now, that being said, there's a lot of merit to people who are pretending to be positive and happy, because that's kind of all they know how to do. And that being said, would I be lying if I said there wasn't a lot to be angry about? Absolutely there is. But I remember the internet being a much more simple place where people could just go, look at shit, laugh, have fun, and even maybe get angry over things that aren't so serious. But now, drama, what used to be like this content creator called another content creator a doo-doo head, is now, oh yeah, this content creator fucked a kid. And it's just going on a dark route, and it's really a shame. And, you know, I've been on the internet for about 6 years now, coming up on 6 years. I don't think that we're better off where we were, which blows.
So if you know that we have the Some Ordinary Gamer subreddit, and one of the top posts was, you know, stuff about Asmongold the last couple days. So, you know, these were pretty highly viewed posts on my subreddit, and they were ones where it kind of dominated the entire community for a little bit. So obviously, it's one of those things where I kind of want to jump into it because the rabbit hole that I've went down has shown me just how wild and insane Twitch, if not the entire internet, is effectively becoming. True. So to give you an idea, Asmongold a couple days ago made some rather inflammatory statements that got his account banned for 14 days. Now, the statements in particular I'm going to play, and obviously, I just want to preface, Zach Asmongold has pretty much walked these things back and, you know, has apologized for it. But to show you exactly what triggered a entire giant domino effect on Twitch, we're going to play this clip right here and kind of touch upon it briefly.
If you want to consider a genocide as a systematic killing of a group of people, they have genocide built into Sharia law right now. So no, I'm not going to cry a river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a They're terrible people. It's not even a question.
So to cut the whole clip off over here real quick, obviously this kind of inflamed individuals because Zach was referring to Muslims, specifically from what I understand, Palestinians at the time.
I think we've already talked about this enough as it is, but yeah, I feel like general blanket statements like that are just never a good idea to make, especially over an inflammatory subject, over like people like dying. Probably not a good call. I don't think anybody can completely encapsulate an entire group of people underneath the same blanket term, which is probably just not a good idea to do. And I'm glad that Zach already kind of acknowledged that. It wasn't too smart now, was it?
When asked to talk about a conflict like this. Now, obviously...
by the way, guys, I'm starting a new guild in World of Warcraft. We're going to be calling it Inferior Culture. If any of you guys want to join up, let me know. I've been making that joke too much lately. I got to stop. I gotta stop. I gotta chill. Alliance or Horde? Oh, it's Horde. Yeah, it's Horde because we're the bad guys. Yeah, I gotta chill. You had to go there. Just having a bit of fun, man. Just having a bit of fun. Anyways. You're insulting people like Bonnie Tips as fan. It was a joke! It was a fucking joke! Chill, bitch! I said the same joke to Bonnie yesterday, and she thought that shit was hilarious. Lighten the fuck up, pussy.
Obviously, Zach was one of those people that said, weird as fuck to see many people coming out with statements about this conflict as if they need to comment on it. Can we stop this weird culture around expecting people with no relevant backgrounds or educations to talk about world events / politics? And I actually agree 100% on that.
Yep.
It's one of the reasons why I don't really go into these topics, because I'm a fat Indian guy whose background is computer science and cybersecurity. That's all I know, okay? That's where I come down to. It's either that or playing video games. I'm not a global expert on anything, which is why I really don't talk about these situations. So obviously Asmongold walked it back, apologized, and said, my bad.
The problem is that a lot of these communities are forcing people to weigh in on matters that they don't truly understand. And I think content creators, when they don't understand something, should just admit, I truly don't understand this topic. I'm ignorant of the subject matter, and I would prefer to not give my opinion because I don't think it would be of any use. But the problem is everybody's ego comes into play and they say, no, I need to weigh in on absolutely everything. I can't admit that I'm ignorant. But sometimes it's okay to just say, I am ignorant of this subject. I don't know what this is. It would not be a net positive whether I accidentally said the right thing or not. I don't understand. I have not done the research, nor do I plan to. I'm going to go back to jerking off to Super Mario 2.
Of course, no one deserves to have their life destroyed, even if they do things, or have views I find regressive. So, in this situation, one could, if they were to extend the charitability, could say that...
Like you, all you know is gotcha and anime titties. Here's what I know. I know gotcha games. I know anime. I know professional wrestling probably better than 99.9% of people on this fucking earth. The other thing I really know is... I know the gym pretty well, and I know human emotion, and I know how to be a good friend. I also know how to be a jackass. That's pretty much it. If you're asking me a history question, I'm actually very good at math too. If you're asking me a history question or a science question, I don't fucking know. Google it, dumbass. I also know Pokemon.
Asmongold was probably referring to extremists in the Islamic religion and their view on people in the LGBTQ camp, all right? As you all know, religious fundamentalists, whether you're in...
This is why he's voting for Trump. It's not like any vote for Trump even matters anyways. The fucking liberals are rigging the election. Who cares, brother? You want 4 more years of having a puppet in office? Congratulations. You got Biden 2.0.
In Islam or any religion, probably don't take too kindly to people that are gay, and that's probably what Asmongold was going for. Now, obviously, his idea of conflating this was probably not the smartest way to handle the situation, and that's pretty much how the situation ended up going. Now, he earned himself a 14-day ban, and what this did was basically show people that, hey, listen, this is wild stuff being said. This is some insane shit going on Twitch. But down the road on Twitch, there were plenty of other commentators known as Hassan Piker, and a few people in the politics sphere that basically showed that there is kind of a double standard in how Twitch enforces its actual, TOS.
Absolutely. I believe there's going to be probably a public witch hunt for Hassan Piker soon, but I don't think it's going to prove successful. Yeah. Also, oh my God, Renji, thank you for the 30 gifted, man. Thank you, bro. There's 20 and there was 10 earlier. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
So a couple days ago, if not a day ago, it turned out that Twitch was apparently banning accounts from Israel from actually signing up. When making an account from Israel on Twitch, it apparently ended up being where Twitch provided one error into its site code where it said, oops, we encountered an unexpected error. 2023 was the error code, and the code was blocked country IP. So this apparently ended up being addressed by Twitch. This was brought forward by Destiny and his co-host on his...
Yeah, I believe Twitch's response to blocking everybody from the Middle East to making an account was by saying, oh, oopsie, we forgot to disable that one.
Podcast, where they basically said we wanted to address concerns we've seen about whether we're preventing Twitch account signups in some regions. When signing up for a Twitch account, you can select an account verification method, email or phone, for added protection. Following the October 7, 2023 attacks, we temporarily disabled signups with email verification in Israel and Palestine.
Yep.
Now, obviously, wild stuff indeed. But why did they do it? We did this to prevent uploads of graphic material related to the attack and to protect the safety of users. It's interesting how the site specifically picked this geolocated region in specific, especially when this wasn't enacted during Ukraine and Russia, or really any country that is still currently actively at war.
That's fair.
Right now as we speak, okay?
Very fair.
But anyways, to go further in, signups.
I actually didn't even think of that. Yeah, I can see how people might think that that's a little bit weird, strange behavior by Twitch. Yeah, I mean, do I think it is good to protect users from seeing perhaps graphic material? Sure. However, blocking an entire nation's IP it's pretty fucking weird to do. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe we just like overly censor or censor the videos and have them processed and need to be background checked when coming from that IP, rather than just banning every single user outright and assuming that they're going to be hostile and ruin the vibes.
Were not disabled, and we continue to see signups from both regions. Users could choose to sign up with phone verification. We've learned that inadvertently we did not re-enable email verification signups for either region. Now, they've been community noted where they said even signups were impossible when using a phone number. So we deeply regret this unacceptable miss and the confusion it has caused. We fixed this issue, meaning all affected users can sign up with email verification.
Great.
We've also heard concerns about whether our community guidelines apply to all content on our service, and we continue to enforce our rules as consistently as possible and are actively reviewing content and taking enforcement action whenever needed.
I do think that it is fucking ridiculous that they did just say, nah, your whole nation's banned. Yeah, can't risk it, man. Too dangerous. Well, nah. Well, now we'll just do email verification. Bitch, that's what it should have been to begin with. Email verify, then ban.
Now, this last paragraph might be the biggest fucking sack of shit I have ever read from a company like this in my entire time on the internet. But to give you an idea,
it was an oopsie poopsie whoopsie.
This was not like a VPN block or something of that nature. This was actual written into code, a geoblock of an entire region. So why would Twitch decide to ban Israel of all countries, especially after all of this has happened, from producing accounts and signing up to their service? It just doesn't make any sense. Well, since then, a fair amount of clips have come out that have addressed some individuals on Twitch promoting some rather wild thoughts. So we're going to go down the clip rampage and just go through some of the wildest shit people have been digging out from Twitch. Now, CEO Dan Clancy comes out and says, we just posted an explanation of what happened. We're very sorry about the oversight. It only came to our attention today. As mentioned in the tweet, it did not affect people using mobile phone verification. Now, it's really
I would like to say I do think Dan Clancy has overall been a net positive for the platform. I think we as streamers and we as users have felt a lot more heard with him in a more executive position. I think it's overall been very good, especially considering the former. However, this change is still incredibly fucking weird. Yeah, and the sponsored streams that they've put on their website are just ridiculous.
Interesting about this whole situation is when somebody like Dan Clancy says, oh, wow, we just found it out now. There was actually a small movement known as Baluat Twitch from actual like Israeli content creators where they actually brought the situation up. They dug into the inspect element, they dug into the console for their web browser, and right over here it said it gave the same thing. Error 2023 blocked country IP. So when people started to email them around, right, Twitch support was like, hey, I'm really sorry that you're having issues creating an account. We reviewed your case thoroughly and confirmed, unfortunately, you are not eligible to create a Twitch account. So nowhere did they say use a cell phone number, not an email. That wasn't brought up. And then, of course, the further you dig out into it, one of the receipts that I saw posted was one from the Twitch user voice, where apparently a certain idea was deleted. That idea in particular was in response to you can't create an account in the region of Israel or Palestine. So again, it's a geo-block, it seems, of the area, allegedly. I agree, we're also people. You cannot make us not watch our favorite streamers just because we are from Israel, Palestine.
Not to make this about me, I know this is a serious topic, but I'm also having a serious issue with this where my favorite porn site, Fantia.jp, banned the use of Visa cards so I can't buy Japanese porn anymore, and it's driving me fucking nuts, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I think regardless of where you're from, you should be allowed to watch the content that you want to enjoy. I already find it ridiculous that Pornhub's being banned in Texas too. Like, bro, I'm a gooner and we're dying out here, bro. Like, I'm dying. Why are you buying porn? Early access, baby. I need a goon.
So insane shit to be fucking seeing. You know, at one point you get this piece of shit CEO that comes out and tells you, yeah, we only found out about it. I mean, again, it's just a blatant lie. So why the fuck would you need to lie? If anything, that just makes me more like, it just aggravates anybody watching this because you feel talked down to, you feel mocked at the end of the day, and it's such a condescending way to communicate to people that can easily counter you in about 5 minutes. Honestly, if you really think about it, this rule actually hurt Gazans more than it ever would have hurt Israelis, because as geoblock, if it targeted that region, you know, if you wanted to allow people to document and live stream the real atrocities that are occurring to them in that region, you know, Palestinians could have used a platform to showcase themselves. In reality, it shows how borderline, like, it shows how stupid Twitch can be. In them trying to, I guess, protect people, they inadvertently limited people's, like, ability to express and produce content that could actually be eye-opening to a lot of people who don't know about the situation.
Yeah, just blocking everybody straightforward. It's like, well, we're just going to turn a blind eye to this whole situation. We're not going to let people educate themselves. Because what if they see somebody blowing up? It is what it is, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm desensitized to it, man. I've seen so many videos of people being cut in half, beheaded, shot. At this point, I've played Call of Duty before, man. I've seen it. I've played Dark Souls. I'll be slicing down motherfuckers like I ain't no thing. I'd rather just be able to actually know, get this, what's actually going on in the world. That'd be very nice. Also, chat, you're on the clock. You need to be working, by the way, making sure your job, you're still on the clock, boys.
Beyond what they...
Wow, dude, you're so hard. This wasn't the impression I was trying to give whatsoever, but I would just say it's kind of insane to think that. I mean, every video game, there's just like people blowing up nonstop. There's people getting their head cut off nonstop. I'm also hard, true, but like, I mean, come on. I feel like it's important that people are able to get the information straight from the source rather than from like third-party medias who have to put their own spin on it like every other newscaster source does on the platform right now.
Read on the internet and through their feeds. But Dan Clancy is somebody that literally allows this site to foster some of the wildest shit you'll ever hear. Now, there's a website known as danclancysucks.com, where it goes through a treasure trove of some of the most popular streamers on the site. One of the most popular political...
What the fuck is that?
...streamer, Hassan Piker, and of course, several of his, like, you know, people in his camp, like Frogan, or really any of the...
Hold the fuck up. Hassan said what?
They were... At least Patrick Henry College is, like, doing one good thing, which is that, like, if you have these fucking millionaire, billionaire, WASP fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date rape to other billionaire, millionaire fail daughters is, like, in some respects, you know, from a utilitarian perspective, of course, a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like, taking these guys and putting them in a pen with one another is ultimately getting them away from the broader society.
Yeah, that's a rough one, man. That's a rough one, man. Oh, man, that's rough.
These other, like, political people, these political slop creators. And again, I highly do mention the word slop. I know that people would say that, Muda, you make slop, Pyrocynical makes slop, Charlie makes slop, lots of people make slop.
Check this thread for what? Oh God, what? We'll react to all this shit later. This is a lot to take in right now, man. I kind of want to get through this if I can find the right tab, which is this one.
Now, I would say that in terms of political content creators, the kind of stuff and clips that I've heard are some of the most inflammatory shit that I have seen. And it comes from people that really have no understanding about what they're talking about.
For sure.
But Twitch has allowed a platform where you can just say whatever you want to say with no actual repercussion, provided your politics are on their side. Similar to how Twitter...
Yeah, and how cancel culture is, we need to cancel any... Oh, yeah. Everybody... Here's a great one. Here's Twitter in a nutshell. Everyone should have free speech unless they say something that I disagree with. And then we need to cancel them on the fucking spot.
Or really any other form of social media kind of handles it. If you condemn Twitter for how they portray certain things on the internet or how, you know, toxic their platform can get, you also have to actually condemn Twitch or really any platform for that matter. So, for instance, according to Twitch and their community guidelines, if you go down to, actual civility and respect, hateful conduct, Twitch aims to be a place where everyone can come together and share community experiences. So what they say is Twitch does not permit behavior that is motivated by hatred, prejudice, or intolerance, including behavior that promotes or encourages discrimination, denigration, harassment, or violence based on the following protected characteristics. So those characteristics are race, ethnicity, color, caste, national origins, immigration status, religion, sex, gender identity, orientation, disability, serious medical condition, and veteran status. So, because Twitch said, oh, we like to enforce our shit very equally, listen to what one of Twitch's political streamers has to say. This is Frogan coming at you with the dumbest shit that I've heard in a while.
I have no pity at
Don't worry, man. Tune into her streams. We'll say it again 8 times more.
all for any soldiers. Distress, thank you so much. I will never have any pity for any soldiers.
Yeah, unless the internet gets angry, then I'll fake an apology.
U.S. military? Boo fucking who? I hope you get PTSD. I do, the ones I'm like whatever about the U.S. soldiers are the ones that like acknowledge that like what they did was wrong. They didn't know back then. Whatever. You're a good person in my book. I'm like a Tom, thank you so much for the 10 gifted.
Brother, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck who's good in your books? Acting like she's the moral grandstanding. She is the ruler of who's good and who's bad. Bro, ain't nobody give a fuck about your opinion, bro. You are an object to be made fun of only. Nobody gives a single fuck about this bitch's opinion. And it's insane that she thinks otherwise.
The U.S. military that are like, yeah, like...
This is the problem with the internet is they give the biggest retards the biggest megaphones. I would know, man, because my megaphone's enormous. Okay? I know. Who is this whale? No, she doesn't play gacha games. Oh, you mean like that. Good one.
You know, I did this back then, but now I know it's wrong. Like, I'm changed. Like, imperialism, this. You don't deserve the PTSD. But, like, any other motherfucker, you're joining them. You're like, oh, my God, I want my Camaro, no student loans. F you. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back in America.
Oh, how out of touch do you gotta be? How privileged do you gotta be to sit there on your ass in California and just badmouth the people that take a bullet for your freedoms every single day? The most...
Yeah, but they want a car. You didn't know that, Muda? They wanted a car. They wanted a reward for putting their life on the line for 8 fucking years. Can you believe that they have a dream of having a car? Oh, God, that's horrible. Can you imagine joining the military and expecting to have financial income? Oh my God, these people are horrible. They should do it for free if they're really so good while this fat fuck sits on her fucking ass eating 3 double Whoppers as a light snack before her ice cream buffet. Jesus Christ, that bitch pisses me off. God, I'm foaming at the fucking mouth.
Outrageous shit you'll ever hear. Like downright, just hateful rhetoric. Now, obviously, the people who are in the military were like, whoa, we're getting that Camaro. I have never in a million years met somebody, and I've met plenty of friends, friends who are actually active military, people that are retired military at this point. They've done their careers. People that have played video games who've told me about their stories. Never once have I ever heard people jump into the army for that free, juicy Camaro. Ooh. Maybe the student loans, and as somebody that, at the time, financially speaking, I needed money for school, I probably would have joined the Canadian Air Force, out of a patriotic duty, but also because, you sign a bond with them, you work in the military, you get your school paid for, good schooling, and that's kind of how things, go. It's a deal you end up making. I think a lot of people that join the military who are these cogs in the machine that you'd be so willing to say, yeah, I hope you get PTSD if you're not, this reformed person that, has to bend the knee constantly because of your service to your country. Yeah, I think those people are usually in the military out of necessity or, at some point they need a career. They need to join something. And the military is a great provider of it. The military also produces a lot of those same technologies you use to stream your nonsense garbage on the internet. They do a lot more than just this imperialism that she, likes to throw around. There is very valid criticisms you can make of the U.S. military, but I think going after the cogs in the machine, the people that are the grunts, the foot soldiers, is just insane. This kind of rhetoric doesn't...
I agree. It's like they are quite literally just doing what they're told. It is out of necessity for what they have been hired to do. Like, we're getting upset at the wrong fucking people. It's like getting angry at a gun. It's like, bro, it's not the gun killing people. It's the person pulling the fucking trigger. It's like people who get angry at Ascalon and Vinland Saga. I don't want to get into this whole tangent, bro. I don't want to weeb off here, man. Okay, I don't want to get weeb off. I don't want to weeb off on this shit.
Really bring anyone together. If anything, all it does is just sow more discord and, sow more issues amongst people who are already facing a lot of issues right now. People who are already so divided. This kind of rhetoric doesn't really, portray anything. She might think this is based, but at the end of the day, it's just literally cowardice behavior that, you're displaying from the internet. You're not really actually providing any solution. You're just sitting over there wishing that people who literally fight for your freedoms every day would get probably the worst post-traumatic stress disorder or mental illnesses because of their service. I mean, honestly, if you're a serviceman and you heard...
It's not even people who, in case you guys don't know, it's not even the people who are just in active war zones. It's even training for this shit that is rigorous. These people, the training they go through, they have to intentionally stand in rooms full of mustard gas with their eyes open and not pass out and endure the pain before they even go out to deploy. Military training is fucking brutal. It is brutal. They are broken. They are dehumanized because they have to in order to survive. In order to survive, guys. They break you down and make you a shell of who you are. And then once your service is over, they say, well, have fun readjusting to society. Good fucking luck. And it's horrible. It's fucking horrible. And to not have any amount of empathy for our soldiers who are in there by their own choice, or by their own accord or not. It's just fucked up. Now, obviously, are there some bad eggs? Are there some extremists? Absolutely. But as I've always said, we shouldn't hold an entire group held responsible for what their extremists do. Now, we can acknowledge what the extremists do, but the extremists are usually the exception, not the rule.
This shit, I would actually understand if you probably regretted your service afterwards, or if you actually question your patriotism. If these are the actual, people that you're fighting for, the people that you're, hoping live their freedoms, right? In the manner that they've become so accustomed to and, literally taken for granted. It's just hateful shit that she's spouting, and really.
Respectfully, you have no idea what you're talking about. I believe I've done a very good job of only speaking about things that I actually know about, and I have avoided topics of which I don't. What do you think I'm speaking of from a place of ignorance, out of curiosity? If I am wondering what you're worried about. I'm in the service. Great. I know these guys. Okay. How long have you served? And who are these guys that you're talking about that you know? 12 years. Okay. Who are these guys that buds, guys? Okay, so what do you think I don't know what I'm talking about? What do you think I have portrayed in an incorrect light? Just on their training. Okay, so what do you think I said was wrong about the training that they've done? We go through their gas. Yep, which I said. Yep, that is exactly what I said. Okay, well, anyways, all right, so I don't know what he thought I said that was wrong, but all right, maybe I misunderstood. Okay, anyways, Jesus.
Just comes from this very one-sided view of the army, or really your country. It feels like a lot of the extreme leftists on the internet have literally just amounted to their policy being America bad, and realistically never really looking at any of these things from a nuanced perspective. On a side note, I also love how these people talk about getting universal health care for people, which is genuinely a cool thing to see people actually, live and not be indebted to the medical industry of the United States because they happen to get sick or go through something serious. No, your medical rights are only really present as long as you share your political views with us. I mean, how fucking backwards, out of touch bullshit is this when you got to hear it, right? It's like, I hope you get PTSD and I hope America doesn't pay for your medical stuff. I mean, they're military people. If you had any basic understanding, they probably have earned, their medical protections because of the service.
Also, pro tip, and this is for anybody who's currently still in enlistment, make sure that you file for your disability before you get out. And I really hate to say this, but they really kind of stop really giving a fuck about you once your life isn't monetized anymore. I have many people, many friends who have gotten out of the military who didn't properly apply to get the disability that they needed. And now it's been 4 to 5 years since they've been out, and they still aren't getting their just dues, which is horrible. So, yes, make sure to file for disability before you get out.
Service that they've offered. Just insane stuff to see.
Now, will Twitch ban this person for, their obvious, obvious hateful conduct on the site? Probably not. They're just walking around completely free. It's insane shit. It's a laissez-faire attitude. Now, obviously, after some backlash, this complete dipshit comes out and goes, I realize that wishing people harm isn't the best way to talk about these issues. Really? Really? Wow! And these people are supposed to be the fucking intellectual bastions on the internet. Really? You think that being hateful isn't going to attract people? Whoa, hold on a minute. You're telling me that it's easier to attract people with honey than vinegar? Say it ain't so, Chief. That's wild shit. Now, going down further into this specific cretin,
That's what I'm saying. Like, when a motherfucker is that dumb, they can't even get that concept. Why the hell are we talking to them like they're worth a damn? All these motherfuckers saying, oh, Tectone, you're going way too far, insulting them. Okay, have you heard their own words? Have you heard why I've said that? What's worse? Hey, you're fat. Or, yeah, I really hope people who put their lives on the line to protect our freedom live a life of misery and torment. And I mean that. And then I'm going to double down. Like, bro, come on, we're getting upset at fat jokes. Here's the reality, okay? Frogan couldn't deal with what Queso goes through every 5 minutes for 30 seconds. Okay? Queso been getting fat jokes every single second of every single fucking day. Here's an idea, bro. Just stop being a bitch and say, oh yeah, true. It's not like they're saying anything wrong. It's like, that's like me getting upset at being called bald. Like, what the fuck? Who cares?
thing that really came out
Also, I have the pass. I used to be 330 pounds. I can say it.
wild was this TwitchCon sponsored event. Now, this is 3 weeks ago, so this is very recent. Like, this is, again, very much in Twitch's line. So she posts this, like, clip or video. It's like, how Arab are these Twitch streamers? Right? It's live at TwitchCon, and if you actually watch the content over here, you'll see that they're pretty much sponsored by Chevron, okay, Samsung, Capcom. They got some pretty big sponsors right over here, insane stuff. So if you look at the actual, like, tier list, you can see that Arab streamers, S, Hassan Piker, funny, the Turkish guy is on the Arab list, all right. Then you've got, like, AB, the actual Arabs. And then, of course, on the F tier, this is where it gets interesting. You've got Ethan Klein and Ben Shapipo. So at this point, we reach, like, all right, S is good. S is good tier. A and B are not as good as S, but it's there. F tier, that tier just gives me the heebie-jeebies. The Jews? Ooh, boy, oh boy. So when you actually watch the clip and you look at the tier list that they're doing, it's insane because, like, at the top, they've got the Arab, they've got Arab coded, they've got asked perms, things it's a slur, and then the words love Sabra. Now, Sabra apparently in their eyes is like they're referring to like a brand of hummus that exists in Israel that is basically in part of a boycott. Now, Sabra also translates to Israeli Jew or Jew born in Israel. So realistically, you know, if we're gonna use the terminology that these people politically like to use, this is what we consider a dog whistle, okay? Jesus. Because in reality, this is what they're actually going for. I mean, the thumbnail that I showed you, and again, these are the same people that judged me based on the thumbnail that I used for like the Keffels video. So to give you a quick idea to understand, putting two.
Okay, what is a dog whistle? Okay, so what a dog whistle is essentially terms or phrases that you can use to indicate something to only people who know what that term or phrase means, right? So it's like for a lot of people, it's like to call somebody a slur without them knowing that you just called them a slur, right? It's like, so for example, dogs are the only thing that hear dog whistles. That's where the term comes from. Only a dog can hear a dog whistle, right? So it's like, for example, yeah, it's like the crying angry face emote for pedophiles, right? The crying angry face emote means that this dude wants to fuck a kid, right? It's like Asmongold having to explain what a spear chucker was on Twitter, which is a derogatory term used for black people, right? Or like, like a mayonnaise demon, right? That's what people call white people, right? Yeah, that's essentially what a dog whistle is. Yeah, an inside joke, but for hate. Yeah, for sure.
Jews in the F tier kind of gives you an idea of like where they're at.
Yeah, or like a snow roach, which is, another one for white people.
Arab being at the top, Jew being at the bottom, okay? See, I can look at this and immediately understand that this is most definitely designed to be hateful rhetoric, right? Like, no matter how you want to cut and slice it, if I had done this, or anybody had done this, or people who are opposed politically to these people would do it, they would say that this is hateful conduct. This is literally hateful conduct occurring on the platform. Now, will Twitch punish the accounts responsible for that kind of display of idiocy on the platform? No. Will Twitch do any? No. They basically won't. Now, I want to shift attention to Twitch's biggest political streamer, Hassan Piker. Now, Hassan, in the last, I want to say a couple of weeks, has basically been exposing people to wild shit. Now, if you watch, some of his streams, he's sitting with another actual streamer, and when you watch it, he's literally walking away and, playing literal, terror propaganda, actual terror, music videos to, random creators. Now, if I was to do this on YouTube or really any other platform, or even Twitch, I would actually be expecting a ban. A couple, about a year or two ago, I was actually assisting a couple smaller YouTubers who basically had memes where they had, literal actual, meme channels where they had, actual, I think it was, ISIS music, and YouTube, immediately after detecting it, completely demonetized accounts. In some cases, they would actually remove videos or even ban people. Because YouTube went through a serious apocalypse in regarding this. And
it's just what is the desired outcome of showing this footage? What is the idea? Just to seem that you're edgy? What's the point?
And obviously, I think most platforms understand that, highlighting illegal criminal organizations, they don't even have to be terrorists. They can be literal criminal gangs. If you're out there promoting the Hells Angels or you're promoting the Mexican drug cartels, you would probably get a serious ban. But in this situation, Twitch's largest political streamer, left-wing political streamer, can just fucking outright, promote this kind of stuff on the platform.
My problem is that when we have this backwards behavior where it's okay if somebody else does it, but when another person does it, it's not okay. And the special treatment on this platform is honestly a little bit fucking ridiculous. Even in regards to me. I mean, I don't know how the fuck I haven't been banned. I've been on this platform for nearly 4 or 5 years on Twitch, 6 years on YouTube. I got approached by a person of whom I won't name, and they told me I just can't be banned. And I don't know why that is. I don't know why I was told that. But since then, I mean, I know I've broken multiple TOS. I think I should have already had at least a week off by now. But even I've never been banned. I don't understand. I feel like it's fucking ridiculous that I haven't been fucking banned, to be honest, because I need a reality check. Because I'm out of fucking control, and I've always been out of fucking control. Happy birthday, Hassan. Happy birthday to you, our golden boy. Nothing happened to Hassan. He's known for being an anti-American while living in L.A. I really don't educate myself on who Hassan is whatsoever. I just know him as a weeb. That's it.
It's not even just that. It gets to a
I do think, get this, guys, and I will say this, I think showing terrorist propaganda is probably not a good idea.
Point where, imagine being a political streamer and you bring a actual pirate, a actual criminal onto your streams, and instead of, being respectful and being a proper journalist, you get on your knees and suck their dick for about 32 minutes. Watch this clip.
They win over the crews on these ships, and they win them over with their charm, and they make them hate America and the U.S. government.
That's so funny. Think about China. Does he know anything about China?
He's saying he hasn't spent much time with Chinese people, but one of the captain was Chinese, and he did qat with them, and he danced some music with them, and he was vibing. So he likes him, yeah.
So what? That's so crazy. So they're just fucking chilling with the captains? I don't.
Wow, man, these terrorists are they're just like you and me. Wow. Man, we were wrong. We were wrong. Did you know Osama bin Laden was playing Animal Crossing before he was executed? He's just like us. Wow, he's chilling with their hostages. Very pog. Oh, they're chill. Oh, I didn't know they were chill.
I understand.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate that we're talking about somebody that has been taken hostage who, quote unquote, is being chilled with. And again, this is just right on Twitch.
America's like America's like blowing them up while they're just like doing cat and fucking chilling with the captives. Like, how does he feel about that? Isn't that crazy? Like, I don't know how to describe.
Now, these clips were seen 8 months ago on Willie Mack's channel, but you can watch this video right now. Hassan will sit there and hypebeast these people without any care in the world. Like, this man does not critically apply any form of journalism. He is just showing these people and promoting them in this incredibly positive light when there are actually just pirates and terrorists who are putting people in harm's way, especially people that have nothing to do with the Israeli conflict in general. So again, if you want to check it out, Willie Mack's video is great. He covers
why the fuck did why did Luffy appear there? Wait, did I hallucinate?
With the Israeli conflict in general. So again,
what the
if
fuck?
You want to check it out,
what is he
Willie Mack's
doing?
video
One
is great.
Piece?
He covers this topic. I would highly recommend you see this to see actual proper journalism and an actual proper objective coverage of the situation.
So he brings this kid on and basically, talks about One Piece. They have a whole gag and everything. And the thing about this kid is, obviously, if you know him, like, this guy is an influencer called Timothée Chalamet. Okay, so the Houthi movement, basically a movement where, again, this kid is part of a piracy organization where you can see him literally on, like, actual captured vessels. It's not something that's like a hidden secret. He brought this guy on and basically...
Hassan said to that terrorist guy that he's just like Luffy. What the romanticizing terrorism is insane.
Popularized him. Now, before people in the Hassan camp go, but Muda, this kid has seen only suffering his entire life. So obviously, he's going to be part of these situations.
What the fuck?
You're being a little bit harsh. Now, I am one of those people that is empathetic towards individuals. And obviously, if this kid has only ever seen death and destruction in his entire life because of the Saudi-Yemen conflict, then yes, I can understand why they would do such a thing. But never in a million years should you as a content creator or a journalist, I guess, or a political commentator ever bring somebody on and kind of popularize these things, okay? These people are ultimately part of a criminal operation, an enterprise, a terrorist movement that shouldn't be glorified. And it's not similar to interviewing like bin Laden back in 1997 with CNN. These are situations where even back then, these were interviews done respectfully, and it wasn't in a way to glorify anybody who was part of a seriously criminal operation that isn't designated just by one country, but by a...
We shouldn't put people on a pedestal who are causing overworldly harm to its individuals and our ecosystem and our planet as a whole. It's just not a good idea. It's not rocket science. And the people who are happy about this are just incredibly immature and edgy with their worldview. It's pathetic.
A consortium of countries, even countries that are diametrically opposed to each other, politically. These are actual interviews that people do with criminals.
And it's crazy because usually I'm the guy who brings up extreme examples to paint parallels to make it easy for everyone to understand. And then they say, well, it's different. It's different. But it's crazy how in this scenario, it's quite like if I were to say, oh, that's like bringing Hitler on stream. It's like barely different. That's what's fucking nuts with like bin Laden on fucking stream, a fucking actual terrorist on stream. It's just like, man, we're already on these levels, huh? Good God. Fuck, it's okay, well, maybe it's the difference between a level 1 crook to a level 99 mafia boss. But still, it's crazy how an extreme example wouldn't even be that far off.
As a way to get multiple sides of a story. It's not meant to glorify somebody or glorify their cause. This is something.
So we can just recognize the Arab terrorist groups are bad and Western imperialism and proxies are also bad. I don't understand why we can't just get that all the players here are bad. Well, the problem is the middle ground fallacy. Where a lot of people say, oh, well, they're both bad, which means they're both equal. But there's layers to it. There's just layers to it.
Just.
In a way, it's like presenting people like Sneeko or Andrew Tate, who I've made videos on in the past. It's like if I promote them or talk about them on my channel, it's usually with a very objective view. It's usually with a very careful view where obviously if they promote bad ideologies, right, like hatred or bigotry, it's about sitting there and deconstructing it with actual facts and logic instead of, sitting down and kind of, hype beasting it to the point where you're normalizing it to a whole bunch of communities, right?
It's like, for example, the reason why the middle ground fallacy is so dangerous is because that's the internet really likes to do that. Say, oh, well, they're both bad. Okay, I'm sure we'd all agree that Lunchly is bad. The food made by Mr. Beast and KSI, we'd probably agree that that's bad. A lot of people would say that, okay? Well, a lot of people would say poop is bad. The internet would say, oh, well, can't we just agree that they're both bad? Well, I'd probably rather still eat a Lunchly over poop. Hopefully that makes sense, right? The problem is people want to say bad, bad, and they say, oh, there's same levels of bad. No, no, no. There's layers to this. There's layers. Like Lunchley is like honestly fine, and shit is like, well, it just tastes like shit.
You know, it's like hosting a neo-Nazi on your actual channel and not combating them on their terrible beliefs or their violent or extremist beliefs, right? You have to be able to counter these people if you're willing to platform them. Otherwise,
if you're willing to platform someone and their ideologies are leading people to believe that they are going to cause bodily harm to a human or a nation, I feel like it's your responsibility to at least attempt to talk some sense into them if you're going to platform them and combat their views, so that way it doesn't have a ripple effect of making other people like them.
They just have a free speaker to operate their, you know, shitty beliefs over. And these are things that, again, no matter which side of the political spectrum you fall onto, I would imagine political content creators would be a bit more careful than even average YouTubers.
Frogan is now banned. What is bad is the unequal enforcement of TOS, not Asmon being banned. Well, the issue is that when Frogan was asked to apologize, she originally doubled down, and then she gave her apology once she realized there was no wiggle room. Or at least when Asmon fucked up and he made a statement out of ignorance and did an improper blanket statement, at least he showed remorse for what he did. And that's why I believe that Asmon, I still believe Asmon's a great guy. I do. And I think he acknowledged, his misstep.
If you got people like me who are just engineers and computer scientists that know better and know how to actually handle these facts.
And I told him to clean his house, otherwise he doesn't get to play video games anymore.
Then these people are complete buffoons that shouldn't be operating in this field of content in the first place.
Now, that same guy that Hassan was kind of sucking the dick off basically was out there posting the executions we will carry out on all Zionists in this situation. Now, one could sit down and probably say, yeah, he's probably talking about, just Zionists, not Jews in specific. But, looking into this person and the Houthi movement and the group in particular, the idea of anti-Zionism is also conflated with like anti-Semitism in this situation as well. It's just more hateful rhetoric that is being constantly pushed down anyone's feed. I think hate from any angle is bad.
I agree.
But this guy is not necessarily...
Unless it's from me calling Frogan fat, then it's funny.
...any innocent, party. Now, obviously, Twitch, who is in such a weird state right now, has decided to let this guy constantly stream, and from what I understand, even unban the account, to which he's an actual streamer on Twitch right now.
This entire conversation is fucking idiotic. It's not a Jewish person. He said, why am I held accountable for some random fucking...
Because you platformed him. How fucking hard is that? You're the one that put him on your channel unapologetically and then memed with him about One Piece. Didn't ask him one single critical question. That's you. You did that. I'm criticizing you. You're not accountable for him. You're accountable for yourself.
Now, honestly, that's probably the best way to put it. Thank you, Ethan Klein, for saying it like that. And, at the end of the day, it kind of almost harkens back to, again, hey, listen, if you're going to put somebody on your channel, you really...
I don't understand why people don't understand how if you give someone a megaphone who is here to spread hate and negativity and terroristic ideals, and you're the one who volunteered to do that of your own accord, that you're going to be held responsible for whatever they say in the megaphone. It's kind of like when you go to a party and you bring over your drug dealer friend and then he sells drugs to people. It's like, well, you brought him here. Why did you bring him here? You said you could vouch for the guy. And that's you vouching for the guy. You brought them into my house. I asked you to be careful. Like, why are you bringing these people around these people? It just makes no sense.
Really should be able to counter them on their terrible beliefs. These are the same people that would say if you have like...
And the worst thing was not even countering it, but also continuing to further his narrative and glorify it into saying he's like Luffy from One Piece, one of the most beloved characters in all of anime. It's just weird. God, it just sucks, man. It kind of bums me out because I really didn't want to know, because once again, the only interaction I've ever had with Hassan has been good ones. All we've done is ever talk about anime. It actually kind of blows hearing that this actually happened. I usually don't keep my finger on the pulse whatsoever, but unfortunately the climate of Twitch and Twitter has kind of led me down this path, becoming more informed of the people who I've interacted with. But that's just fucked up. That's insane.
Like 10 people at a table and one of them are Nazis, and you're not countering that Nazi on his terrible beliefs, then congratulations. You have 10 Nazis at that table. These are the same...
Because it's, once again, I think it's honestly fine to... And let me be let me think about what I'm saying here. I think it's fine to platform almost anybody on your platform as long as you're there to combat and correct any information or any behavior that they're doing that you deem wrong or unjust. Yeah, I think I'd be happy saying that.
People that would say it, and I feel like
I feel like it's impossible to hold the people who you're interacting with accountable for their actions, and yeah.
You should hold people to that same accountability. And
Hey, that's what I said, Mudahar. Hey, pre-watched.
honestly, if you come across violent or hateful rhetoric, you should be combating it. Like you 100%.
That is
should.
exactly what the fuck I just said. Hey, Mudahar, we should do a podcast sometimes. That's a joke. I've been on this podcast 3 times. Actually, I think Mudahar's fucking awesome.
What's even fucking wild is when discussing this person in a very recent interview with Asmongold, like when they were talking about why Asmongold had his like wild takes. This is what Hassan had to say about that pirate. Watch this.
We're not like, oh, you're trans, we're gonna kill you. They were like, oh, thank you for your fucking humanitarian aid. They don't give a shit. Like it's the same as any other kind of person. I talked to a teenager from Yemen, okay, who everyone called, myself included, called Timothy Charlemagne or Chalamet.
Is that the One Piece one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now this kid is like, I think he was like 19 at the time when I talked to him, which means that for most of his life, he has withstood genocide, right?
Sure.
Like he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically.
Oh, yeah. You know, where's that part of Anne Frank's diary when she was also raiding ships? Like, these are things where, again, yes, in one way, Hassan is kind of like this weird hyperbolic individual where, like, he'll, he has, like, kind of a point. Both these people are young. They've seen death and destruction their entire life. And you can almost empathize with somebody who is doing a bad thing, is part of a terrible movement, is part of a terrible group that is actually committing crimes. And you can understand why they do it because of the, world that they've lived in. But then to compare it to like Anne Frank, who, again, is a pacifist in comparison, is just insane shit. And it's weird because, like, it's in one of these situations where
it's just another way to attempt to humanize these people who have made horrible decisions and horrible actions on people and the climate of the earth. I just don't understand that. I don't understand the angle. I really truly don't understand the angle of what we're trying to get at, what we're trying to do, and I don't understand how people can understand the harm of their actions for doing something like that. It's ridiculous.
When it comes to like people like Hassan, we've had him on like the podcast, the Some Ordinary podcast, one of the first actual like, big guests. And on that show, what's insane to me is like
what's the agenda? Make terrorists seem like quirky and cute and funny? Oh my God. Oh, man, he's such a bad boy. Oh man, he killed like 8 people. Man, isn't that dreamy? Wow. Violence is all he's ever known. Maybe you can fix him. Welcome back to the terrorist dating simulator. Oh my God. Which one of these bad boys with their explosive personalities do you want to fix up to find your forever hubby? It's insane. It makes no sense.
Look, people like Frogan, people like Asmongold, I would say that they're pretty stupid in understanding these situations. I'm stupid. Hassan, however, is not. This guy knows better. Yet he just purposefully goes and obfuscates things like this. It's insane. Now, again, I don't want to jump and make this like a super political video because, again, I'm not equipped to...
Yeah, we're way past that, man. You and me both. Hey, you know what's crazy? I don't think there's anybody truly equipped for politics. I don't. I feel like what being well equipped for politics is one thing and one thing only. How good are you at manipulating your audience? How good are you at manipulating the people that you're around? I don't think that there is anybody who is truly informed on every aspect on how things really are in real life. I just don't believe it. I believe that politicians are just fucking liars. And I feel like everybody is just trying to push their own agenda on what they believe or what they want others to believe. And I fucking hate it. I do. I genuinely don't like it. I was watching Donald Trump rally yesterday. I've never seen one of these before in my entire life. And it's just a professional wrestling show. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all just like, how do we get people to believe that I'm the good guy and everybody else is the bad guy? Man, that just sounds just like my streaming career. But guys, we gotta admit, I've been fucked over by a lot of people. It's different when it happened to me. That being said, I do love pro wrestling, so maybe I am the bad guy. Am I the bad guy? Probably not. Maybe. Fuck, who cares? But man, it really is just like social manipulation to a fucking T. How to put people into traps and to get them to slip over their own words to make it seem like what they said, which was harmless, seemed volatile as fuck. It's disgusting.
To even discuss this kind of stuff, but I am somebody that has basically been seeing a lot of this, like, you know, insane side of the internet effectively take over and become so normalized. Now, in the situation, you know, like I've said before, and I've been clipped a few times, and, you know, even when I stream, you know, videos do get uploaded of my takes on situations that I feel like I need to clarify. I'm not somebody that is afraid to say that genocide is wrong.
Whoa! Hot take! Whoa, Mudahar, let's calm down.
I think that there is an actual case of, you know, genocide, and there's an actual case of attack that goes towards the Palestinian people. I think there's very serious situations that go around the world. Now, at the same time, these are situations that involve, you know, a group of people, Muslims and Jews, that have effectively been at each other's throats for not just decades, but hundreds of years. It's why when I talk about these situations in a nuanced conflict, I say that, listen, you were talking about hundreds of years of like just institutional dislike between each other. If you've ever grown up Muslim, and I have, then you know that there is a serious culture of anti-Semitism, you know, in amongst the most conservative of Muslim circles. Just as you will know that there is a serious amount of Islamophobia in the most right-wing of Jewish circles. These are two groups of people that literally are just fighting each other. And it's not going to change until like the youth grow up and realize that this kind of hatred towards each other doesn't really meld well. And when it comes to people dying in a conflict zone like Gaza right now, there is literally nothing that I feel other than sadness for men, women, and children needlessly dying for no reason. It's why that, you know, time and time again, I donate as much as I can to aid. You know, even going, you know, like tens of thousands of dollars just to make sure that people who need medical assistance, and I vet my charities the best that I can to assist.
And it sucks. A lot of people need to do that. A lot of charities are fucking scams. It's very hard finding a charity that's actually legit these days. It's a shame.
People in really shitty situations.
The one charity that I do know is the charity of twitch.tv/Tectone. So if you guys have any subs or Twitch Primes you want to give to me, it's better than you give them to me because I'm one of the good ones, guys. I'm one of the good guys. Right, so feel free to dump hundreds of subs here real quick. Thanks, guys.
I don't make it a big deal to talk about it because I don't think donating money should be constantly promoted in the sense that, you know, are you...
Buy my merch! I don't have any merch. Sad. Fuck, I actually have no merch, damn. That's rough.
Really doing it to help people, or are you doing it to make yourself look better in the eyes of the world? But it's
usually the latter. I'll be real, man. The majority of people don't give a fuck about charity. They're just doing it for a tax write-off, and they're doing it to virtue signal because we gotta make sure that our content creators are good boys. I hate how much people give a fuck about somebody being a good person. Who cares? If you go and you watch somebody's content and you like it, that should be enough. You don't need to worry about, dude, did they donate $20,000 to charity this month? Have they typed Free Palestine 8 times on Twitter this month? Oh, they haven't? Ah, fuck. Can't watch them. These people are insane.
The tiniest thing that I can do in order to make sure that, you know, maybe somebody who needs medical assistance in a part of the world where they literally can, you know, literally it is one of the most like sought after needs, can get some attention. And it's one conflict that I hope before I die, things can kind of change. Now, ultimately, I really do think that Twitch is fucking cooked when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
The clips that I've seen...
It's going to get even worse. Boys, I believe 2 weeks and it's election season. We are about to see this platform fucking erupt. That's why people need to understand that. Frogan's 30-day ban, that fucked her hard. Because when election season's about to hit, oh man. We're cooked, boys. We are cooked. We're going to be seeing streamers in the 80, 100,000 all trying to influence your vote. And here's the take that I'll say that pisses everybody off when I say it. Boys, if Donald Trump was going to destroy this country in his first term, he would have already done it. And if Kamala Harris was going to save this country in her first term, she would have already done it. So who are you voting for, fellow Americans? Who are you voting for?
The last few days have been downright disgusting to witness. One of the things that I noticed on my phone, and my wife actually saw this too, was I opened up the health app on my phone. And I guess I did a questionnaire And inside my questionnaire, I was actually like diagnosed. Well, I wouldn't say diagnosed, but the
With mental retardation.
questionnaire rated me as moderately severe to depression. And I don't recall myself ever being in that route or in that stage. There was a video that a creator I respect, known as
You okay?
Jacksepticeye, made
Yeah.
a couple days ago, titled Help, where he talked about the internet and toxicity, and most importantly, the mental health associated with it. Now, I think the world's a bad place.
True.
You know, I know that I put a lot of smiles on things. I know that I laugh a lot, and you know, I really do try to put like the best smile forward. Okay.
Are you okay?
My goal is to make you laugh. My goal is to make people smile and be happy. But I do sometimes believe the world is a bad place. And I think a lot of the social media platforms like Twitch, like Twitter, like a lot of these places have promoted the most insane rhetoric, like this hateful rhetoric, rage bait, actual toxic content. And it's done nothing but throw people down a shit rabbit hole. When I look at Asmongold's, like, you know, statements that he made a few days ago, it reminds me of growing up as a kid, you know, post 9/11, you know, that level of, you know, Islamophobia, I guess, if one wants to say it. It's not something that I have not seen, you know, before. I've seen tons of people hate for no reason. I have seen tons of people bring up this divide, and I don't know what the solution to it, but it really has brought me back to realizing what I like the most about my channel. I don't want to kind of make any more of this kind of content covering these kind of people. This will probably be the last time that I ever want to aim making this kind of content or discussing these kind of things.
I love that. And here's my take on the world. I believe that the world is exactly what you make it to be. I think your reality, for a lot of us with privilege who live here in America, I can't speak for other countries, a lot of the world is what you make of it. You are the content that you consume. You are the people that you surround yourself with the most. You are the clothes you wear. You are the games you play. If you're not happy with who you are, start thinking about what you consume. Start thinking about who you spend your time with. Find out what is making you happy. Find the moments where you are happy and do more of those. And find moments where you're sad and try to eliminate as much as possible. As a guy who always makes the worst friends on earth, I took a look at my social circle and I removed every single person who was causing me stress. I was removing every single person who caused me any type of negativity, any type of harm, anybody who I didn't think was a net positive on my life. And since doing that, I have never been happier. Ever. Ever. Literally ever. Last year, I said that was the best year of my life. This year, surprisingly, even better. Things are great. Things have been great. And I really do think that if people really just take a moment to look at their life, get rid of what's holding you back so you can move forward.
But I think it's an important discussion to have. No matter where you stand on these situations, you can call me a fence sitter or like, you know, fucking centrist or whatever the hell. But I really do think that no matter what side you're on.
Wait, why is everybody unfollowing? Wait, why are all you guys unfollowing my stream? Wait, guys, wait. I'm not the problem. I'm not the, wait, guys, what do you mean? Wait, guys, I'm not the problem, guys. I'm one of the good ones. I'm one of the good ones, man. I'm one of the good ones. No, it's not me. I promise you it's not me. It's not me.
No matter what your beliefs are, any hateful rhetoric like this shouldn't be tolerated by anybody on the planet.
Wait, holy fucking follows we just got. Yo. Hey, what up, boys?
It really shouldn't. Because if you want to talk about dividing people and keeping this keeping hate alive, it's literally this rhetoric that keeps us going. It's this kind of negativity on the internet and this kind of negativity that people like, I think Hassan, Frogan, and, you know, Sneeko and all these people promote that I really think should be avoided. This kind of doomer stuff is stuff that really shouldn't. I feel like the more people that consume it, the more they fall down into this rabbit hole, and the worse it really ends up being for them mentally. Look, at the end of the day, for my channel, I'm Some Ordinary Gamers. And, you know, I like to make a community that involves everyone to be a part of it. One of the things I like about video games is, you know, growing up, playing them online, the anonymity has always really stripped away these immutable characteristics, and that would be race, religion, identity. And because of the anonymity that online gaming has really provided, or really this community, you know, whether you be on like a message board talking about Shin Megami Tensei or really any random game, you strip away those immutable characteristics and you realize at the end of the day, all human beings really are the same people. You know, you bleed the same. You know, if my body was chopped in half, I would look the same inside as anybody else, regardless of their immutable characteristics.
I don't know. You'd be kind of fat. I ain't gonna lie, Muda. You know, like you wouldn't look like me. You know, like if they were to cut me in half, you'd see like abs and like my cock would be huge. You know, but you know, pretty close. It would be pretty close.
Hanging on to these constant hateful rhetorics on the internet is what's ultimately causing us a divide. And I think it's what causes us to be so separated and distrustful. You know, to look at Jacksepticeye's video, it's not that the internet has become more hateful. It's that a lot of this hateful rhetoric that, you know, people are promoting on the platforms, it used to be something that you would see on like a random message board or some fringe website on the internet.
Yeah.
But to see the kind of clips that we saw today exist on the front page of Twitch, Reddit, most of the mainstream social media platforms, it might be what's contributing to the worst humanity is kind of seeing. You know, I uninstalled Twitter and left it because of how weird it got on the platform, and it's probably been the best for my mental health. And
I just think Twitter's what you make of it, man. Just shit on people. Wait, I'm the problem. Wait, no! Wait, shit! Yeah, but when I do it, it's funny. Wait, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, no, I mean, Twitter's not too bad.
And, you know, to see on Twitch the kind of rhetoric being promoted that is from the other opposite political end, you know, when you're talking about service operators getting PTSD, when you're talking about promoting hateful terrorist music videos to like random individuals, these are things that probably should exist in Clown World, but they exist in actual reality. I'm sure that I'm probably going to have a pretty divisive comment section going down into this video, and I'm kind of interested in reading it. But to going forward, this is
the average watch time of this video is probably 13 and a half minutes, so don't worry, Mudar. People probably didn't even make it this far. And that, you know, that's what I like to do as well, is just sneak in those little bit of truth and then trick my audience with a good like to dislike ratio. You leave all the controversies till the end. No, but I feel like it's pretty spot on.
This is my last time I really want to make content, you know, ever covering this kind of stuff.
Great.
And I pledge, at least for the remainder of my time here on YouTube, I want to go back to like, you know, I really want to just do a deep web video now every week because things were a lot more simpler when I was reading through fucking goofy shit on the internet.
Yep.
I really want to play some random PS2 games, and I think I'm just going to do that this week and the next week and the week after that. But yeah, this is me, Mudahar, and I'm not going to ask you to like this video, comment, or dislike, or subscribe, or anything of that nature. But I do want you guys to think about the content you're consuming and the kinds of people that, you know, are on these platforms, especially Twitch. Anyways, I'm out.
Yeah, bro definitely has depression. 100%. And I can tell that he has depression because he's talking the same way that I talk, and I know I have depression. The world fucking blows. It really does. I've been going on a fucking I hate content creator spiel and the internet and social media spiel pretty much every fucking stream for the past like 2 months. I mean, my heart goes out to Mudahar, man, but it is kind of the awakening moment when you realize how much people suck, how much our culture fucking blows, especially cancel culture. It's a fucking joke. Freedom of speech exists unless you say something that I disagree with is pretty much the current climate on social media. And it's a very toxic, vitriolic, I think might be the word, place that people once enjoyed and now it's kind of become a necessary evil. It's a shame. I remember when things used to be fun. And things are still fun for me, but I don't think they're fun for a lot of other people. I think people need to disconnect more. I think people are more reliant on the internet than they ever have been. And I do really think that the best thing for people to do is to limit their time on the internet, find a good group socially in real life, get out of the house, go for a walk, go for a hike, and realize that the world is a much more beautiful place when you just stop listening to all of the miserable people who are screaming at you on why you should kill yourself every day you're on the internet. Great video, Mudahar. Appreciate you, bro. I also heard you moving to Texas. Let's chill. Thank y'all for watching.